Hello, and welcome to Campus Currents, where we help you navigate the tides of campus living. My name is Maya DeGuzman.
And my name is Natalie. Today we are going to be recapping some of the top spectator stories from the past 2 weeks.
Let's get into it. Half a year has passed since Seattle University's acquisition of the Cornish College of the Arts in June of 2025 due to financial struggles. And while the two campuses still remain largely separate, the integration plans are accelerating, starting with a teach-out plan that protects current Cornish students. Seattle U will be shifting from quarters to semesters by 2027, merging both the school's theater programs and demolishing the Lee Center for a new art museum. Most Cornish faculty were rehired and now act as a branch of Seattle U. Shuttle plans between both campuses did not pan out during this year's fall quarter, and it is uncertain about what that will look like going forward. Most notably is a concern among the Cornish community about preserving Cornish's identity through this transition. Despite the challenges, I'm glad to have Cornish as a part of our Seattle U community.
I agree, it's fun to have more people to party with.
Party? What do you mean?
There was recently an event where lots of Seattle U students got together to party. Last year, the annual Student Events and Activities Council, or SEEK's Winter Ball, was mysteriously canceled at the last minute. SEEK rectified last year's shortcomings by hosting this year's Winter Ball on a yacht with the theme A Starry Night, taking attendees on a cruise around the Seattle harbor. SEEK started planning this event during the fall quarter. Jocelyn Chavaria, a fourth year and the president of SEEK, said that this was one of the largest SEEK-hosted events of the school year. Chavaria said that SEEK wanted to ensure this dance made up for calling off last year's, saying, quote, "We felt that if we were to have continued with the event in the way that things were happening last year, it wouldn't be a fair experience to the students. We wanted to be able to put our best work forward, and that's what I think we did really well with this year," end quote.
Janya Kendrick is not just the chair of music at Cornish College of the Arts at Seattle University. She's also a multi-talented musician and a 3-time winner of the biggest award in music. This year, she won the Grammy for Best Arrangement, Instruments, and Vocals as part of the vocal quartet stage. In an interview with The Spectator, Kendrick discussed how she balances 5 different lives, how she got to where she is today, and how winning a Grammy has shaped her. Said Kendrick, quote, "It's all so subjective, and I want to acknowledge that there is really beautiful art. Things that were nominated alongside us, but also things that were submitted that didn't get the recognition that they deserved. It's really tough to break through in this industry. But just because you haven't broken through yet doesn't mean your art is not incredible," end quote. Do you think you could sing well enough to get a Grammy, Netta?
I'm not so sure. If I give you a performance right now, will you judge?
I think that's okay. Is there anything else you might be able to get an award in?
Well, I am a bit of an artist, and there was a class at Cornish where students competed to see whose art would get to be permanently on Cornish's campus. The Cornish Cafe's walls are now covered in a vibrant mural breathing life into the space. Painted plants, art supplies, and well-known Seattle symbols like the Seattle Space Needle are all on display, catching the eye of passerbys to stop and admire the scene. The murals are a result of a new class at Cornish College of the Arts at Seattle University called Making Murals. Offered for the first time last semester, the course was taught by Cable Griffith, a professor at Cornish. Students learned about the history of mural making and how to modify designs for certain surfaces while creating imaginary murals for real locations. Students had to draw up a mural with the theme of ecosystems of place, which they then presented to a jury consisting of a Cornish faculty, staff, a student, an alumni, and a local muralist.
The first floor of Senegal was in for an exhilarating and entertaining night as students came from all over campus to view the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. The event, organized by KXSU, drew roughly 30 students chattering eagerly as they approached. Before the ceremony officially began, students mingled and shared their predictions. Anticipation began to fester on whether Bad Bunny or Kendrick Lamar would win Album of the Year. The energy shifted as the ceremony began. Reactions ranged from excitement to utter shock, as Lady Gaga displayed bold visuals, Somber rocked a daring bedazzled suit, and the dynamic Cat's Eye swayed and bobbed across the stage. The KXSU Watch Party transformed the annual award show into a communal experience for students on campus, with Bad Bunny taking home Album of the Year and Olivia Dean winning Best New Artist. Students took off into the cool night, excitedly sharing their opinions.
Did you watch the Grammys?
I did. I had to find out if my favorite artist won Album of the Year.
And did they?
They sure did.
I'm sure you enjoyed watching the Super Bowl this past weekend then.
It was so awesome. The halftime show is always my favorite part.
Seattleites had lots of other reasons to enjoy the Super Bowl this year. Your Seattle Seahawks are the Super Bowl champions for the second time in franchise history, defeating the New England Patriots 29-13 February 8th. Vibes were at an all-time high with Seattle fans taking to the streets immediately after the win. 12 flags were flown across Seattle, Seahawks chants echoed throughout the neighborhoods, and local bars and restaurants overflowed with post-game celebrations. The championship parade took place Wednesday, February 18th, with over 1 million Seahawks fans flooding the streets to celebrate their world champions. The parade took place on 4th Ave in Washington and made its way down the 2-mile route, eventually ending at the Space Needle.
Seattle U Baseball held their 17th annual Meet the Redhawks January 31st. Meet the Redhawks is an event that brings together all members of the Seattle U Baseball community, including alumni and their families, current Redhawks, and future Redhawks. The event is also a major fundraising opportunity for the team, consisting of both a live and silent auction, as well as a Raise the Paddle, where all proceeds goes towards supporting the athletes on the team. This Meet the Redhawks was also dedicated towards honoring the 2016 team that finished first in the WAC, the best season in program history. The Redhawks kick off their season February 13th, taking on Cal State Northridge.
And that's all for this episode of Campus Currents.
To read more, check out our website, seattlespectator.com. And remember,
Stay current, Redhawks!